Hello, one and all, and welcome back to Campaign 14, Dubious Claims. I'm your host, as always, Virinity Void, and this here is part 6. We're in 1566, and indeed, we're going to be heading toward the latter part of this century, hopefully into the 1580s, maybe even the 1590s if we're lucky. But if you want to know what happened in the previous parts, why the world map is the way it is, then I recommend you go and watch those previous parts. In the meantime, we're going to go over some national ideas. In fact, we're going to go over Shuravia and their national ideas because, hey, Shuravia is finally, maybe, going to have some land borders with neighboring nations. So we'll read the third and fourth national ideas of this here submission. The third national idea is Five Brothers of the Rus. The Krasno-Russians from Volhynia, the Belorussians in the western forests, the Sin-Russians from the holy city of Kiev, the Zhelto-Russians, our unifiers from Chernigov, and the Zelo-Russians, our minds and warriors from the north. United, we stand forever. National unrest -2. And the Eastern Wall. Who took up arms to fight the Tatar Yok? Who bravely took on the knights coming from the west? Who, in the frozen fields, stopped the northerners from pillaging our lands? Who, with vigor, chased the Turks back south? It is us, Shuravians. Land force limit plus 30%. I'm not sure if Shuravia is in. I think it's an OG, like an original nation thought up by the submitter, Scotty himself. So should be interesting to see what Shuravia does when they border Astrakhan or Kazan, or maybe even Osnabrück. They are allied with Bulgaria still, and Bulgaria has the dynasty of Shuravia, so maybe Bulgaria, there is a succession war at the end? Indeed, maybe. Upon the death of the current ruler of Bulgaria, who is 30 years old, there will be a succession war between Shuravia and Sicily, so not really sure how that would go. Let's see what wars we got going on. We have Etruria still going after Fontaine's colony of the Antilles. Chukchi and Saka going after Banten and Malacca. Junagar going after Oman still. And then Kaideria going after Guarani, as I thought they would eventually. And then we have Sofala going after Semyon. Even after Semyon won against Mogadishu, as you can see off to the side here. Teotl and Caddo still going after Apache and Arapaho in subjugation. And then Vijayanagara going after Malacca, Sambas, and Banten. Indeed, Vijayanagara wants to consolidate their hold over the Deccan and all of southern India. Junagar wants to, expand their holdings around the Arabian Sea or the Persian Gulf, whichever name you prefer. I'm not sure if they're going to be able to. I mean, they are sieging down some stuff like Darab and Fassa, but the fortifications at Basra are about to go down, so who is to say we'll win this war? It's a crusade, so what really matters are the battles themselves. And it seems as though Junagar has been winning those battles very handedly. What else do we got going on? Lissenborg. I should note that a lot of the nations are going to be getting Tech 14 soon, Administrative Tech 14, which will allow them their next idea group. Things have been pretty steady with regards to idea groups. 3 unlocked for most people, or most nations. I also enabled Fez, as Mackie recommended, to form Morocco, as well as Andalusia, if for some reason Fez pops off even more. But I think they're going to form Morocco soon enough. They just need either Sus or Tafilalt. And they will be in a very strong, very good position. They are allied with only Ionia as of now, so they are vulnerable to Fontaine if Fontaine is ever hungry for Iberian land. Teotl taking over the Apache land that is along the Central American line. And then also Teotl is invading Arapaho. Is Rasviet? No, they are not doing much of anything right now. Potawatomi not doing much. The Antilles, they're gonna take a huge loss here. There's no doubt about that. The United States of Etruria, they're gonna go ham. Independence for Quito, or at least separatists for Quito, are rising up, but Caideria is gonna put those down very, very quickly. Excuse me. And Guarani, they have turned Hussite, and they have also turned a bad page in this book here, because they are slowly crumbling to the forces of Caideria. This is for the province of Carmen. Where is Carmen at? Where is Carmen Sandiego? It's right here. So yeah, we can safely count on Caideria doing well. Junagar did win against Oman. They have consolidated some control over the Gulf. And Semyon, they are under attack by Sofala. I'm not sure if Semyon will be able to muster a response in time, seemingly. Sofala is one military tech behind. But they have a nice ruler, a 653. Semyon has a 164, so but it is a regent. Gideon the Sixth is about to come onto the throne. Also, I did ask the submitter of Paradox 1 if he wanted his submission to go for Republic instead of Stateless Society, but he said, nah, just leave him as a Stateless Society, it's fine. Leave them to the tribal ways, that's what he told me. Raishak is going after the later Zhao, and then what else do we have? Nothing really new. I just want to check in on that war for Vijay and Nagara. How long has this war been going on? 5 years. If it's not settled by January, I will be... Yeah, it seems as though I'm going to have to white piece it. Okay. Because nothing is happening here. Really, nothing is happening. Okay. Oh, whoops. Wrong thing. Yes, man. Let's see. Malacca. Sue for peace. Send a man. Yes, man is now disabled. Got it. Okay. Sometimes I just gotta do it. Sometimes I just gotta do it. And the province was over here, right? I don't even remember exactly where the province is for, but it's like... It's a singular province in the Indian subcontinent. Come on. This is a very weird split of the Isles. I'm not sure who's going to win out here. Koini is allied with Ragoetia, Tennis Ball, and the Wendish Realm. Needle is allied with Kraumna, Book, and Mondstadt. So, powerful stuff on both sides, but I would say Koini has the better alliances, or the alliance setup, because of the Wendish Realm. However, the Wendish Realm is not the be-all, end-all of military power. Donauland, as well as Tennis Ball and Fontaine, are very powerful, and they can contest the Wendish Realm if push comes to shove. Let's see. War is still going on. Arapaho was pieced out, and Apache is still getting ravaged. In fact, they got pretender rebels rising up. If worse comes to worse for Apache, the APLA can still be released. Those cores are still there until 1638. So we shall see. The Antilles have been almost fully annexed. The United States stretching that Etrurian grasp over the Caribbean. And Guarani just slowly crumbling more and more to the onslaught of Caideria. Sofala pieced out Semyon. Nothing was gained, nothing was lost. Simple as that. They have got some rebellions in Sumeru. It seems as though not everyone is happy with the governance, but I'm sure Sumeru can handle the rebels, no matter their affiliation or their power. Needle is also really expanding their base of power in the region of the Rus, because this is not an insignificant amount of provinces over here. In fact, they're still going. Ladoga is being colonized right now. And Tennis Ball has a lot of their forces up here in the Baltic too. Wendish Realm is going... Oh, actually, Donauland is going after Rhaetia. And the Papal State and Book are trying to defend Rhaetia, but... I mean, I think we kind of know what's going to happen because the Wendish Realm has sided with Donauland. So yeah, Rhaetia may very well be fully annexed here. Rest in peace, my little friend. In the meantime, we do have the Greeks, of all people, colonizing Canada. I kind of wonder how Kravens feels about this, because like this is just such a weird but interesting turn of events where the Greeks, Catholic Greeks at that, are reaching out into the new world. It's interesting. And that dynasty is still holding strong, the Toko dynasty. But it is about to be replaced by the Von Preen dynasty from Donauland. Fez, there's a little bit of rebellion over there, but it's nothing huge. Bulgaria still colonizing in the Balkans. Somewhere. Okay, they're finally crossing the river. And they're doing their own thing. Yeah, I wish Rhaetia could do more, but there's really nothing to be done, unfortunately. So, you know, the papacy under Pope Paulus III, or is it Paulus or Paulus? I'm not sure. But the Pope can't do much, and Book can't do much either. Book has just hitched their wagon to the wrong ride, and they are suffering because of it. Sumeru, are you going after anyone? Yes, you are. You are trying to finish off Sang. It should also be noted, Sumeru broke their alliance with Orissa, so Orissa is probably going to be in the crosshairs very soon. Loibuk is also going after Raishak, so my children are fighting once again. And I do believe Raishak is going to be killed off soon enough. Give it enough time and the kinslaying will commence and be done with. 1573, going into 1574. Lissenborg... What did you take next? You took trade ideas. I understand why Lissenborg is not going for colonialism despite being stationed in Iberia. Going exploration ideas. It's because, like, Fontaine is right there. Fontaine is going to chase them down to the ends of the earth. I think. Trade. Well, no one is going for exploration. No one wants those extra colonists. I'm kind of surprised. But I'm also kind of not surprised. People just want to, they really want to up their military, and they really want to conquer other sections of land, other pieces of land. Oh shit, Fontaine's going after Arawak. That's unexpected. Okay, Fontaine's going to break ground here in South America and just straight up... take that land for themselves. Apache, they are not subjects of Teotl, and instead Teotl is going after Potawatomi. So round 2 with the Great Lakes power, and Etruria is allied with Potawatomi, so the United States are going to be trying to push back the Nahuatl, or the Aztec, whichever you prefer. Caddo still being annexed ever so slowly, and their liberty desires 52%, so Caddo's not going to be contributing any troops for now. This is a solo war, essentially, by Teotl against Potawatomi and Etruria. I have to imagine Etruria is going to really push the scales in favor of Potawatomi simply because, well, Etruria combined with Potawatomi have about 150,000 troops. I think, that seems like it'll be good enough to push off Teotl, but I could be wrong. But we'll see. In Europe, did Book lose any land? No. Book didn't lose any land. Rhaetia is reduced to 3 provinces only. And, yeah, there's just not much they can do, unfortunately. Vijayanagara trying to finish off Orissa because Orissa only has Sambas as an ally, but what can Sambas even do? Lanna is under attack by Shan for a reconquest. I don't know how you ever... Oh, actually, no. Shan is going after Sang, and Sang is allied with Lanna. Got it. And as you can see, Loibuk pretty much eviscerated Ryshock. Ryshock is in utter pieces, and Scottish China is doing the natural thing, trying to retake the land that was once lost. And Louis de Gaulle just is on the side, not wanting anything to do with what's going on over there. And what other wars do we got? Oh, Kamai is on the side of Shan. I didn't know that. Kraumna and Pontus are going after Fadl for Sharqiya, and Astrakhan as well as Ardalan and Mogadishu are joining in. So it's kind of like a Muslim alliance versus the Coptic and the Orthodox. Kaideria is going after Quito now, trying to consolidate more of South America, of course. And, what's it called? Oh, Junagara is on the side of Vijayanagara. Okay. I didn't know that. Got it. So Fontaine has secured their hold into South America. Arawak is in shambles, and Quito is in shambles as well. Teotl, they're slowly being driven back from Potawatomi as Etruria really kind of... I would say Etruria took my advice from last part. They have rebuffed their forces, and they have solidified that alliance with Potawatomi. So it's looking like Caddo is going to get invaded, and this might be a status quo, a white peace, or it might be Caddo losing land. Might be even Teotl losing some of these provinces. There is a fort here at Espiminkia. I'm not sure how to pronounce that. I'm probably butchering it. I am sorry, but I try. But yeah, there is a fortification there that is going to need to be taken if any land wants to be taken around here. Teotl did take a fort up here, so Potawatomi is taking that back slowly but surely. Teotl has no manpower, and Etruria has no manpower either. Everyone here is scraping the barrel. Everyone here is struggling. In fact, Etruria might lose some land to separatists who want to go back to the Epirot Canada colony. Book is under attack from Mondstadt, Fontaine, and Fontaine's own colonies. Mondstadt is at war... Oh, okay, my bad. Rhaetia is the target of the war. And Book is still trying to defend Rhaetia, but we all know what's going to happen there. We all know. Bulgaria, they did get an heir, so Shuravia is not going to get a personal union yet. Pontus is feeling the pressure from Astrakhan in the north. Fadl is getting invaded by Kraumna in full, so there is a real chance that Kraumna wins this war and consolidates their hold over the eastern Mediterranean. That would be a rather interesting development, if I do say so. And hey, I see that we do have Morocco formed by Fez under the Altadsi dynasty. Interesting stuff. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I just saw... I don't know when this actually happened, but Book turned Protestant and Coiny turned Protestant. So, the Protestant Reformation still has some life left in it. It is not dying out just yet. In fact, if all goes well for the Protestants, Needle might even turn Protestant too. That would be rather interesting. Shuravia is waking up and is attacking Lemnos for Podolia, but that was a colony, and the land connection was burned down, so Shuravia will not be taking any provinces from Lemnos. This is merely a show of force. Ardalan under full assault from Kraumna and Pontus. It seems as though the Muslim alliance that Fadl has put together, it's not enough. Kraumna is able to overcome them with Pontus at their back. You know, Astrakhan, sure, they got the stuff north of the Caucasus, but everything south of the Caucasus is just in the hands of Kraumna and Pontus. I mean, what else is there to say? Oh my god, there's so many wars. Let me take a sip of my drink as I fully take this in. Teotl and... Okay, so Teotl conceded that war. Caddo lost some land. And now Teotl is exercising their might against Colima, trying to consolidate Central America some more. United States is going after the Antilles once again. Arapaho and Apache have finally gotten their balls on the table, and they are going after Rasviet. Kamai and Japan are going after Raishak, trying to feast on the remains that Loibuk left behind. Ionia bringing in Morocco against Lemnos for Lesbos. Junagar and Vijayanagara going after Kandi and Shan, trying to basically consolidate their regions respectively. Kraumna, we already talked about that one. Mondstadt finishing off Rhaetia, and then Shuravia going after Lemnos, and Virui is in that war. And, Sumeru going after Orissa and Sambas. So Sumeru is also consolidating their own region. It's looking like Vijayanagara, if they are able to just coddle a little bit more power together, a little bit more land, they will be able to rival Sumeru in military force, which is kind of scary considering that Sumeru is so big and has so much fertile land. But it could happen. It could happen. Later Zhao is also a vassal of Loibuk, interestingly enough. Sambas, they have been very, very busy with regards to wars. They are trying to consolidate their control over Southeast Asia, but it's like, now my allies are calling out to me. I'm busy. You know? Shit. Lan Na is fine. They're just... They are being called upon for war, but they're isolated in terms of land borders that they don't have to worry too much. Same with Kamai. Kamai is colonizing elsewhere, but their land borders relatively isolated. For now. I should emphasize the for now part. Things can change very quickly. And Lemnos, unfortunately, with how spread out Lemnos is, they are very vulnerable to wars like this. Ionia and Shuravia just coming through, unfortunately. It's a really tough position to be in. Kraumna, they did win that war in full, so Fadl loses a lot of their coastline in the Levant. I don't think Pontus gained anything. In fact, no, okay. Pontus did not gain anything at all. This was merely Kraumna gains at the expense of Pontic troops. Well, and Kraumna troops too, We're not splitting hairs here. Donauland and Mondstadt have consolidated the region between them, and Rhaetia is just left with one lone province, unfortunately. Red Panda, you have my deepest sympathies. I'm sorry that your submissions have been bullied like this. They don't deserve such bullying. First we had Bruchal being annexed, and then Rhaetia being bullied, and now Lemnos being just making fun of. That's not nice. And we have Kandi somehow over here. Is your capital over here? Yes, it is. I think this is these two and this province over here. Or the last three that Kandy has. And it's just, they're trying to hold out. Sang is just left with this up here in Tibet, as well as this over here. And it's not much. It's not much at all. Malgana, they're just doing their own thing on Australia. I feel like they're just eating popcorn over here watching shit happen. What can you even see, Malgana? You can't even... Okay, never mind. Never mind. They can't see shit. They are doing their own things in their own way, just chilling. I guess if you can't beat them, join them. I would like to be in that position of just on my own, doing my own thing. And apparently, Ottawak, there were some separatists here, or Fontaine lost a war. I'm expecting it was separatists, though. I could be wrong. Bientilles pushed eastward as the United States of Etruria consolidates the Caribbean some more, and Colima gets bullied some more. Teotl has taken most of Central America at this point, and Caddo is even more rebellious than before. Rasviet, did you gain land? No, Apache and Arapaho have actually done it. They've succeeded. They've finally cobbled together some sort of force that's strong enough to take on the Soviet offshoot, I guess? I guess you would call it an offshoot? Something like that. Teotl is attempting once again to subjugate Apache, but Teotl, as weak as Apache and Arapaho are, I mean, good luck trying to take all of this and then all of this. This is a lot of land. They've been... Arapaho and Apache have been going off with that extra colonist. Oh my goodness. It's about damn time. Junagadh is going after Oman, and Semyon is backing up Oman this time. Koini and Ragoetia are going after Book and Book's own allies of Osnabrück, as well as Needle and Rhaetia and Lissenborg. Excuse me. That's really the largest story here, alongside Tennis Ball piling onto Book. So, Book is pretty much dead in the water at this point. I think we can all agree that Book is not going to survive much longer. Or at least, they have lost in comparison to the other BFDIA powers. They are the weakest at this point. I'm very curious if Needle is going to be able to hold off Koini's advance, because Koini has a lot of troops on the field, but Needle has a... Oh, I thought they had more manpower. Oh shit, I was mistaken. I was probably thinking of Tennis Ball, who has the most manpower, but yeah, it's just a war for hegemony of the Isles right now. Who's going to win out and basically control the likes of, England down here, Scotland, and Ireland. Cornwall is already fully controlled by Koini, and it seems as though Koini is going to make short work of the remaining forces of Needle. The Protestants winning an actual victory. For every other area that the Protestants have been in, it's been nothing but loss. But alright, in the Isles, they win just this one victory. It's not in the past yet. It's still here. It's still coming through. Lemnos, they are struggling ever so much. Shuravia, they are done, and they've done a number. They have exercised their might. They still need a firm land border, but they've made a statement. Not as much of a statement as this war, though, because Vijayanagara is going after Varanasi, a Hindu holy site that is held by Sumeru. Sumeru is at war with only Vijayanagara, so it is just two giants slugging it out. And it seems as though Vijayanagara may have taken some early battles that were not in their favor, because they have drastically fewer troops at this point, but they were the attacker. And maybe Vijayanagara was thinking Junagadh would join in. I'm not entirely sure. But maybe there was a miscalculation along the lines, and yeah. Odisha is being invaded in full. You have the fort here at Sambalpur going down, the fort over here at Ganjam going down, and it's looking to be real ugly soon enough. Sure, Vijayanagara is taking the fort at Jhansi, but that's small pickings in comparison to what's going on here. Very, very small pickings. Anything going on in China? Not really. The warring states are slowly being integrated, and once they are integrated, there's a lot of good development here that the warring states has. That's just going to be injected into Loibuk. From there, the vassal of Later Zhao is probably going to be integrated at some point, and that'll be interesting to see when it happens. Scottish China, they retook some of the land that they lost, and they have a coastline once again. Nivk is allied with Loibuk and Scottish China, so there should be... The Nivk people are probably in safe arms, in safe... and oh, I forgot what I was going to say, like, what terminology I was going to use there. Oh well. Oh well. Lemnos has lost Constantinople, that nice 31 development province, and Ionia fulfills the Hadith of Conquest, that decision from Crusader Kings 3, and they have taken it. It is not Sunni or anything like that, but the Muslims do have control of the Hellespont, more or less. Anything else? Anything else? Fadl has some separatists going on here in Kramna, but it's not going to mean much. Fontaine, you are at war again with the United States because the United States keeps trying to take your colonies. Koini, they only took like one province from Needle, but it should not be underestimated that the statement, the precedent has been set that Koini is the power broker for the British Isles. You know, they are the leader here, and Needle is playing second fiddle to their rival. Quito getting dethroned by Ottawak, but I mean, Ottawak, I don't think you're going to be lasting too long, unfortunately. You have converted to Catholicism, but that's not going to really do much, unfortunately. Also, the Union is left with just the Falklands and just, South Georgia over here. It's not much, but okay. Alright. Teotl is firmly winning against Apache and Arapaho, but I don't know if Teotl is going to be able to vassalize them. I don't think so. It's probably just going to be straight up taking land, if I had to imagine, but... Oh, my bad. Oh, shit. Oh, I completely misread that war on the ledger. Fontaine is going after the United States to retake those Caribbean islands in the name of Fontaine. Interesting development. I did not think that Fontaine had the balls to do that. Tennis ball. They consolidated their hold over the northern coast of the French region, and yeah, that's a lot of delicious development just poured right into tennis ball. It's like, seriously, 32 development, 26 development, 30 development, like 28 development. Jesus Christ. Book was sitting on some valuable land, and now they're just getting partitioned, unfortunately. It's just the way of things, I guess. I do believe we'll go to about 1588, and we'll call it there. Anything else going on? Let me see the other wars. Junagadh still going after Oman, and Semyon, Kramna going after Book, Ottawak and Quito fighting it out. Book still going after... Koini still going after Book. Fontaine with Epirus. Potawatomi's trying to help out, but that's not going to really do anything. Loibuk is going after Khmer because, you know, want to consolidate China, and Khmer for some reason thought, hey, I want some Chinese land too. Surely this will have no consequences later on. Sumeru did firmly win that war against Vijayanagara. They took that valuable port at Katak, and took like Sarguja and a few other provinces. Not super high development, but it is a precedent that has been set that Sumeru can indeed overtake Vijayanagara. And Vijayanagara is actually at war with their former ally, with that is Junagadh. I guess Junagadh not joining in the previous war kind of pissed off the leader of Vijayanagara. Because if Junagadh did join in and helped Vijayanagara attack Sumeru, the war could have gone completely differently, and Sumeru could have been in a much tougher position. But unfortunately, that's just not how it played out. No siree. The Oirat are getting invaded by Yugra, so it seems as though the Siberians, they really are going to make a statement by taking over this land from the horde that is the Oirat horde. Sarayogir allied with Avenkia, Sakha, and Yugra, so all of the Siberians actually. Interesting. And it's also very interesting that Junagadh lost against Oman, that's one thing, and also Kazan has not reached out at all. They don't care about this land. It's not that valuable, I guess. I don't know. What other wars do we got going? As we look to end this here part at about August 1st of 1588. Japan taking on Sakha and their allies. Potawatomi is actually going after Arapaho, probably because they think Arapaho is weak from that war with Teotl. And Sumeru going after Kandi and Shan, and yeah, that's really about it so far. Oh, Kramna is going after Book. That is the other one. Arapaho has enough troops to hold their ground, but I'm not entirely sure Potawatomi is going to care about that and might still just try to push through. It is a conquest of Saone. I'm not sure what province that is. Let me just take a look. Okay, so it's right there. It's a border province. So Arapaho will be looking to defend their own land without the help of Apache, because Arapaho and Apache are no longer allied with themselves. And Apache did lose land to Teotl. United States of Caddo, they are still very rebellious. I should also note that the United States of Etruria, they lost their war and they are facing some separatists in their Caribbean land. The Antilles, they got like 1 or 2 provinces back, but that's really about it. Quito is almost no more. They have 1 province left here at the Darien Gap, and Caideria is consolidating control. Guarani is trying to eke out a living, but we all know it's not really going to happen. And yeah, that'll be it for now. Don't really have much else to say other than, hey, things are popping off. Things are changing. It's very interesting, at least from the observer point of view. And I hope you as the viewer are having a good time as well. You know, I enjoy doing these AI-only campaigns. I hope you enjoy watching them. For now, though, let's go ahead and look at that leaderboard. In first place is Tennis Ball. In second place is the Wendish Realm. In third place is the United States of Etruria. In fourth place is Fontaine. In fifth place is Donau Land. In sixth place is Mondstadt. In seventh place is Kraumna. And in eighth place is Sumeru. That'll be all for now. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next part.